Now, Eddie Janis, you receive a new title, General Manager, West Coast Broadcast Music Incorporated, and a raise in salary. That's what the president of BMI, Mr. Carl Haverland, says. Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? That's for you thousands of people who wrote in when we didn't have time to finish last week. Yes, our wonderful principal subject, Eddie Janis, was made West Coast General Manager of BMI and received a raise. Now, that concludes last week's show. Now on with tonight's show.
This is Your Life. Television's most talked-about program is brought to you each week at this time by Hazel Bishop No Smear Lipstick. And remember, next Sunday is Mother's Day, and the ideal gift for her is a Hazel Bishop jeweled lipstick. And now, our host, Ralph Edwards.
Here I am again. Hello, everybody. We just thought we'd tell you what happened last week because we didn't get a chance to finish. But we're mighty happy that Eddie Janis did get that title. Well, welcome once again to This Is Your Life. The person we're going to surprise tonight is not here in the Capitan Theatre in Hollywood, but don't worry about it. He isn't far away. He's no more than half a block or so up Vine Street at a hot dog stand, Andy's Hot Dog Stand, because he, together with a couple of other well-known stars, thinks he's filming an extra scene for their television show. Now, I guarantee you he's not aware that within the next minute, he'll be the central and surprise figure on This Is Your Life. Now, watch closely, and I promise you'll see a close-up of a very amazed young man. Take it away, camera 4, at Andy's Hot Dog Stand on Vine Street. Ah. They're panning up. There we go. And there's the hot dog stand. Hold it. Hold everything. Now, wait a minute. Well, Ozzie and Harriet. Ozzie and Harriet Nelson. Look at that. Well, imagine seeing you there. I'm sorry to, hi, kids, you can wave. How are you? I'm sorry to interrupt your scene like this, but we're on Coast to Coast, NBC, and this is Ralph Edwards at the El Capitan Theatre. I have a message for one of you 3 stars there. This is your life. DeFore. DeFore. That's you, boy. Come on, Don, boy. Oh, is that a surprise guy? This has all been a frame-up to surprise you, Don. That's it. Come on. We're going to follow the life of one of the best-loved movie stars in Hollywood. And he's now a very important member of the Ozzie and Harriet show. You, Don DeFore. Now, take off your costume there. Ozzie and Harriet, get his hat and coat off. And if you latch on to your astonished fellow thespian, bring him down here to the El Capitan Theatre. We'll be waiting for you. And just seconds. My goodness, the trouble we have to go to these days to surprise people. Now, look, it'll take Ozzie and Harriet and Don DeFore just a moment or so to get here. But in the meantime, ladies, I'd like to ask you a personal question. How would you like to look, 5 to 10 years younger?
Well, Ralph, there isn't a woman in the world who wouldn't like that. And today, there isn't a woman in the world who can't look 5 to 10 years younger. The secret is in natural-looking color in your cheeks. Now, mind you, I'm not suggesting old-fashioned cake or paste rouges, but they can make you look older instead of younger. Here, let me show you. Now, take either cake or paste rouge. Work as hard as you will to blend it. You still get that sharp rouge outline that looks hard and obvious because any cake or paste rouge piles up on the skin like this. Streaks when you put it on and streaks even more as you wear it. But now look at the difference with Hazel Bishop Complexion Glow. As you see, it's a creamy liquid. Take just one magic drop and blend it in like this. It's on. Smooth and even every time. No streaking, no blotching.
Hey, Ann, may I take a look? Well, there's no rouge outline either, and your complexion glow looks so natural you can't tell where the new color starts or stops, or where it comes from.
That's why we say complexion glow is the only color for your cheeks that always looks natural, never looks rouged. And when you put complexion glow on your cheeks, no one would suspect your glowing new radiance is not your very own. So, Use Hazel Bishop Complexion Glow to look your youngest and your very best. Get it wherever you buy your Hazel Bishop No Smear lipstick.
Well, they should be getting here any moment now. Yes, here they are now, Ozzie and Harriet Nelson and our surprise guest of honor, Don DeFore. Come on down here. Oh, man, we're all of us in for the time of our lives as we relive the life of a kid from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, who made good on Broadway and in Hollywood, Don DeFore. Hello, Harriet, we got him. Hello there, Ozzie. Oh, hello, Don. How are you?
You have never seen such a surprise guy in your
Did you
whole
get a
life.
look at his face?
Did we?
This can't be. I was in the Coke stand over there.
Listen, do you know that all afternoon this frame-up has been going on? Didn't they? The cameras broke down. He's just stuck around there and the whole
It
deal.
went off just as we planned it.
Oh, that's good. Well, I've seen you as Thorny on the Ozzie and Harriet show for Hot Point and Listerine, you know, but many, many times, but I never saw that kind of expression on you before. And did you say it was a...
quadruple take.
It was indeed, and it did go off all right.
Oh, just perfect.
Oh, wonderful. What's the matter, kid?
Never be able to get even with it.
Well, now, look, you come on over here and sit down, boy. Take a seat here in our chair of honor. And Ozzie... wait a minute. Come here, kiddies. I just want to say something. And Ozzie and Harriet, while we're here, we want to pay tribute to one of America's model couples with a model family, Ozzie and Harriet Nelson, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks for helping us pull the wool over the eyes of this lad from Iowa, who, before the show is over, we'll find has quite a family himself. Just go right on.
He's a wonderful guy, Ralph, and we know it's going to be one of your favorite stories.
Good. Thank you, Ozzie. Oh, what a life you would be, boy. Thank you. Oh, boy. You know something? It's awfully hard now to get stars and all that to sort of help out because they're all afraid it's going to be their lives, you know? And, oh, man, would Ozzie and Harriet make a good story?
You don't know how many times I've watched this show. It's one of my favorite shows. And,
Easy, boy. Well, this I don't know is your life, Don DeFore. That's for sure. Mr. and Mrs. Joseph DeFore of 706 8th Street, Southeast, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Welcome their fifth child into the world on August 25th, 1913. Now, you had an older sister who died in infancy, didn't you, Don? So, when you were born, it's made four DeFore children, right? Yes, four DeFore. The oldest was who, Don?
the oldest was my sister Mark.
Yeah, Mrs. R.C. Hoon of Monrovia, California.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you, Don. Oh, isn't this a wonderful surprise?
This is really
Who was next, Don, if you can get your thinking cap working right here?
Well, I had another sister, sister Isabel.
Isabel, now Mrs. Morris Canfield of Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Oh.
All the way from Cedar Rapids.
Oh.
There's Isabel.
Isn't this terrific?
Oh, this is fantastic.
Two girls, then a boy. Your older brother, Cliff.
Cliff.
You were inseparable pals,
That's
weren't you?
right.
The Katzenjammer kids, they called you. Clifford DeFore of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and here's Cliff.
Oh, Hans, how are you? How you doing, old boy?
Oh.
Hans and Fritz, the Katzenjammer kids.
Oh, this is fantastic. I just can't believe this.
Well, this is only the beginning, isn't it, gang?
That's right.
Yes, that brings us back to you, Don DeFore, the future Wally Myers in The Male Animal on Broadway, the future star of She's Working Her Way Through College in Hollywood. Well, now, fine places there in Brothers Past, please. Miss Hoon, Miss Canfield, Marvel, Isabel, and Cliff. Baby Donald is growing up. 1918, you're 5 years old, Don, old enough to begin to take pride in Dad, who has fulfilled every little boy's dream. He's an engineer for the Northwestern Railroad. It's a job he held till his death 11 years ago. You're old enough, too, here in 1918, to follow your sisters and brother to the Tyler School in Cedar Rapids to be enrolled in kindergarten.
Donald, do you remember one Christmas night when a big icicle fell on your head?
Whose voice is that, Don?
My mom.
Yeah, your mother, and here she is all the way from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. There's Mom. He got to be a pretty big boy, didn't he, Mommy? What was little Don doing outside that Christmas night, Miss DeFore? Watching for old Santa Claus?
No, but it was Christmas night. By that time, Santa Claus had gone bye-bye.
Oh, yes,
But he had followed his dad and Clifford out,
to knock some icicles off the house. And he got in the way of a big icicle, and it come down on his head.
Well, was it? We were talking about that the other night.
No, you were?
Well, I keep such a cool head, you see.
Oh, dear. Well, now, was it serious, Mrs. DeFore?
Well, it was very serious. We had to call in a doctor, and they laid him out on the kitchen table and performed an operation with the help of his grandma Bubby. And
What'd she do?
who helped us administer the ether.
Well, they all had a hand in it, I think.
Was it that big a hole?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
all
It.
right.
But little boys mend easily and quickly, and Don was back in kindergarten before too long, wasn't he?
Right.
Well, thank you, Ms. DeFore. I know Don is thrilled to see you coming all the way here from Cedar Rapids. Please join your other children there in Don's past. Young...
Oh, I think it's all right.
It's gonna be... Young Donald's off to junior high now. What a wonderful mother. It's 1926. Don DeFore, you're attending McKinley Junior High School in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. You have paper route number 98. For the Cedar Rapids Gazette. You raise chickens, black Minorcas, rabbits, and white mice. What happened to the mice, fellas?
Well, I don't know. I think the mice ate the chickens, and we had to beat the mice, so we started killing them ourselves.
And the cat had to work overtime.
Yeah.
And every Sunday, you're singing in the choir and attend Sunday school at the Sinclair Memorial Church.
That's right, Mr. Edwards. Don was president of the Christian Endeavor Society, and he got his first dramatic experience in church plays, directed by his mother.
Know who that is, Don? The superintendent of the Cradle Roll, who enrolled you on Christmas Day, 1913, and has continued to be your great friend through life, Mrs. Libby Dyer of Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Wonderful to see you. This is really a big surprise.
You got a cradle to fit him now, Miss Dyer? What kind of an actor was Don in those church plays, Miss Dyer?
Don was good. Don, do you remember the time you were one of the three wise men, and Joseph lost his wig, and you fellows had to put a black string mop on his head? It looked real good, too.
Made him wear it ever since.
Well, you'll be happy to know that Don just helped raise $10,000 for a Sunday school at the village church in Westwood, California. So, Don hasn't changed, has he?
No, he hasn't, and he never will. Don's life has always been centered around the church and family.
Well, thank you, Miss Libby Dyer. Take a seat there, please, with the DeFores. We have a long way to go here. June 1932. You graduate from Washington High School, Cedar Rapids. After that, what'd you do, Don? Do you recall?
Well,
window dressing or something, didn't you?
I did, yes. I think for Montgomery Wards, I did some window trimming and did a little theater work.
The community plays
Community
there.
plays.
Your mind was pretty well made up by now that you would make the stage your career, wasn't it?
That's right.
So, with $15 in your pocket, you're off for the West Coast.
Wait a minute. You can't leave now. You can't leave Cedar Rapids without saying goodbye to your best pal, dude.
Now, who's that, Don? Recognize the voice?
Mag.
You went to grade school, junior high, and high school together. Melvin Magnuson of Chicago.
Marguerite, how are you? Great. This is really terrific, yeah. Really fantastic.
Oh,
Well, I'm not
going
gonna say how they got him here.
Look,
This is fantastic.
you were saying that you hadn't begun talking about us. What about us, Mel? What's the us deal?
Well, Dude and I, he got that name Dude because he was always fussy about his clothes.
Oh, he
and how
was?
Yeah. We used to collect our paper outs together. And
That's right.
every time we'd get a quarter, why, we'd stop in buy Eskimo pies.
That's right.
Well, we never saved any money, but we ate a lot of Eskimo pies.
You sang in a quartet together, too, didn't you, Mel?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Remember one night prayer meeting, we chose a song, Nut Brown Maiden.
Well, that's enough. We just we're on
And it wasn't appropriate enough for the meeting, and he tried to smooth it over by saying it was a religious Indian song.
Boy,
And it made the rest of us laugh so hard we couldn't sing, so he sang a bass solo.
That was good.
You two had some great times together, I
sure
know.
did.
Well, join your friends past there. Mel Magnuson of Chicago, while we follow Don DeFore to Hollywood and New York. In California, you study at the Pasadena Community Playhouse, where you win a scholarship of $1,000 in competition with 81 other actors. Even so, you sometimes have to live on bread and milk. At the Playhouse dormitory, you wait on tables, you make beds, and help out in the kitchen. You're more than determined to make good. Finally, you get your chance. 1938, November 15th, the Vanderbilt Theater in New York. Opening night for you, Don, in the play, Where Do We Go From Here? How long did it run?
Well, it was one of those plays that you could say was an artistic success, but a box office flop. It ran, I think, 1 week.
It made little difference to you because by Christmas of that year, you're in Murray Hill Hospital, far from home, without funds, and critically ill.
I was in New York to meet my export agent from Venezuela. And when I returned to the hotel, there were urgent messages from Don. So I hurried to the hospital to see him.
I think you recognize that voice, don't you, Don?
Gordy Fennell.
You haven't seen him in 10 years. A true friend in your hour of great need.
Friend.
Gordon Fennell of Cedar Rapids.
Oh,
here he is.
Gordy, how are you? Oh, wonderful to see you.
Glad to see you.
Gee, it's just terrific. Really terrific.
Don, we haven't been on a stage together since Whistling in the Dark.
Whistling in the dark, that's right.
And I decided that I'd better stick to the export business and you do the acting.
Well, he almost didn't pull through in New York that time, did he, Gordon?
Yes, that's right. Don had a mighty tough time, but he had a good surgeon, Dr. Aspinwall Judd. And he pulled through.
Thanks, in a large measure, to Gordon here, wouldn't you say, Don?
Well, I'll tell you, being in New York, there were only 5 of us brought from Hollywood. We helped produce this play out here, the one we mentioned, and there were only 5 of us in New York, and we just sort of huddled together, you see.
Yeah.
None of us had ever been in New York. And when this sickness came on, and I started losing weight very rapidly, and finally I couldn't get out of bed, they got panicky, too, and no one ever thought of calling a doctor. So finally, Gordon Fennell had been in New York and on business, and one of them called him, and he came right over, and he took care of it, found us the right doctor, and a good doctor he was, and saved my life.
You were a friend indeed, Gordon.
Well, I wasn't the only one, Ralph. Don's sister, Virginia, contributed all of her savings. And Don's other sisters and brothers and family did everything they could.
That's right.
But the greatest tribute, I think, Don, was the great number of friends you had in Cedar Rapids who kept on sending in contributions of 50 cents
That's right.
to $10.
That's right. They had a whole list, and it was fantastic. Matter of fact, I've got the list, Holmes, right in my scrapbook.
We just showed it on television.
I got it still in the scrapbook.
It was in your scrapbook. It is now on This Is Your Life, Don DeFore. Well, it's
Don, the loyalty of all those friends is certainly deserved, and I'm going to see you after a while.
You
have a
bet.
bite to eat.
Oh,
Thank you,
terrific.
Gordon. A bite. You're going to have a party, boy. Thank you, Gordon Fennell, for joining Don here in Hollywood tonight. 1939. I'll bet a lot of our viewers tonight saw you in the cast of Railroads on Parade at the New York World's Fair and didn't know it. And that $50 a week came in handy.
Oh,
didn't
that
it?
was great.
1940. You're Wally Myers in the hit comedy of the year, The Male Animal. It's your first big break on Broadway. Nearly a year later, October 15th, 1941, you're in the Walnut Room of the Bismarck Hotel in Chicago.
Oh, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all
Who is it, Don?
cleaned up, then I shout just.
She's your wife now, yes, but this is 1941, and the pretty girl singing with Art Castle's orchestra is Marion Holmes.
Marion Holmes.
What a wonderful, wonderful gal. Needless to say, you got here, fellas. What a help you've been, Marion, to us. It seems like it took you a long time, like it took us a long time to get to you, Marion.
How long did you know this?
5 months.
Oh, no. I guess you thought it took us a long time to get to you, huh, Marion?
Well, I tell you, it took Don a long time to look me up in Chicago.
Oh, how do you mean?
Well, when he was leaving New York in the Male Animal to go to Chicago, a girlfriend of mine told him to look me up, to be sure to look me up in the Walnut Room. And he waited, I don't know how many weeks before he finally came there. And when he got there and met me, he really wasn't too impressed.
Well, you weren't either. No, wait, let's get all the facts here.
What's your side of the story, boy, huh?
Well, that's pretty true. Neither one of us were impressed with each other, and we wrote, and I flew to her through the whole year. She wrote, and finally, it really clicked.
Oh, fine. Well, when were you married?
We
got him.
Valentine's
Let me ask
Day.
another question. What's your name? Don DeFore. Sometimes, it's so shocked you can't
Valentine's Day, 1942.
Right. I knew he knew.
Where, Marion?
At the Chapman Park Chapel here in Los Angeles on Wilshire Boulevard at exactly 12 noon.
How do you do
And
it?
Judy Garland and Johnny James stood up with us.
Good remembering. After more than 11 happy years. Sit down by your husband here, Marion, will you?
Yes.
Right there. Now, what about Don's career, Marion?
Well, we went to New York where Don was going to do a Broadway play, The Hasty Heart. And when we got to New York, he got a wire from Hal Wallace offering him a wonderful part opposite Joan Fontaine in The Affairs of Susan, and he took that instead.
That was your first big movie role, wasn't it, Don?
Mm-hmm.
Others were quick to follow. You Came Along for Paramount. Stork Club for Paramount. Ramrod for Enterprise. South Side 1000 for Allied Artists, and many, many others. Enough of them anyway to make all the DeFores, mother and children, proud of their son and brother.
If you're ever in a jam, here I am.
Sounds like a trio that's all for you, Don.
Down the well,
Who are
ring
they?
my bell.
It's the only way we could get them here to fool you, you see. We knew if they talked, you'd know immediately. Your two younger sisters and your brothers. Now, all you brothers and sisters haven't been... all you brothers and sisters haven't been together for over 25 years together. Al, it's about the time this picture was taken here, I believe. It was the last time we were together.
Mackerel.
Well, come on, gather around, all of you. Marion, get Mommy there. We're going to have a reunion. Virginia, first of all. Now, Mrs. Gerald Olmsted of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, the next sister. And Brother Bern DeFore. Here you are. Look here, kids. And the baby of the family, Marilyn. Now, Mrs. James Beers of Cedar Rapids. Come on, Marilyn. Here they are, Mother DeFore and her 7 children together for the first time in more than 25 years. You have a few children of your own, don't you, Don? Now, the first of your children, Don and Marion, was a Christmas present to both of you in 1942, Penny. Then, by Christmas time, 1945, there's another one, David. By 1949, there's another little DeFore waiting for Santa, Dawn. And by Christmas of 1950, there's one more, Ronnie. But now look, this is 1953, and this is what your children look like now, Don. Come on out, kids. Here, this is your wife, Don DeFore. And there they are. Hey, here's Ronnie. Here we are. Let's see the... There we go. Let's see all these beautiful people here. And this is David. Hi, David. What a mommy and daddy you got. And this is, what's your name, Don? Penny. I just wanted you to say it. And who's this lovely girl? What's your name, Don?
Dawn.
This is Dawn. And over here's Ronnie with Mommy. Hi, Ronnie. How's every little thing over there? All right. Don DeFore, this is your life. Your success on Broadway and in Hollywood has not changed you from the boy who grew up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This has been your past. Your present success is reflected in the popularity you have received as Thorny in the Ozzie and Harriet television show, where you receive more fan mail than you ever did in pictures or on the stage. Come on up, everybody around here. Now, as to the future, well, Hazel Bishop will have a word to say about that, too. But first of all, speaking about mothers and families and whatnot, remember Sunday is Mother's Day. Don't forget that. She'll appreciate your remembrance most if it's something personal you've picked out yourself. Now, here's a suggestion, so you won't have to worry about sizes and things. Get her a Hazel Bishop jeweled lipstick.
Ralph, that is a good idea. You know, I've never seen a woman yet, no matter what her age, who doesn't treasure her Hazel Bishop jeweled lipstick. And here's a good reason why. Aren't they beautiful? And see how they glitter. Jeweled lipsticks topped with sparkling stones that look like diamonds, rubies, sapphires, emeralds. Now, of course, these jewels are not the real thing. Mother wouldn't approve of your spending that much money, but they sure do look real. And they cost only $2 plus tax.
And for your $2, you get this stunning Hazel Bishop jeweled case already filled with the regular $1.10 size of the most popular lipstick in America, Hazel Bishop's famous, long-lasting, no-smear lipstick. And to make sure you get her the right shade, simply tell the cosmetic clerk at any drug or department store the color of your mother's hair.
But you can't afford to put it off any longer. Tomorrow, sure, get a Hazel Bishop jeweled lipstick for your mother. Remember, it comes complete and already gift packaged for only $2 plus tax.
Yes, no matter what else you give your mother this Mother's Day, also give her a Hazel Bishop jeweled lipstick. Now, the out-of-town members of your family, Don, and your friends here in Hollywood as guests of Hazel Bishop. They all have accommodations at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, where immediately after the show there'll be a party in your honor. You see, Gordon? You're not just going to go out and eat, you're going to a party, you see. Hazel Bishop had them flown here by TWA. They fly the finest. They fly TWA, luxurious 300-mile-an-hour Trans-World Airlines Constellations. Mommy flew right out here to see you. The airline that flies 3/4 of the way around the world. Experienced TWA pilots, courteous, efficient hostesses, all assure our Hazel Bishop guests flying with the finest of TWA. Now, so that the memory of this night may be with you always, Don, Hazel Bishop is presenting you with a 16-millimeter sound film of this program, see, so you'll have it and you kiddies will get to see yourselves and everything, together with a 16-millimeter sound projector from the famous Spiegel catalog, a home shopping book you can count on for everything you need. Now, that's for the kids there and all the family. For your lovely wife, Hazel Bishop, let's see, here it is, has this gold charm bracelet made especially for her by, see, Marion, by Marshall Incorporated, 5th Avenue, 56th Street in New York. Each charm represents an important event in your life, Don. There you are. And, Marion, here's a lovely Hazel Bishop jeweled lipstick, too. There you are. All right, dear. And let's see, to match the bracelet for you, Don, Marshall has designed these gold cufflinks designating the date of your birth and the date of your appearance on This Is Your Life. There you go. Now, we know that next Friday your mother is celebrating her 70th birthday, and that you had planned to present her with a television set, isn't that right?
That's right.
Well, Hazel Bishop is beating you to the punch, Don. We want you, Mrs. DeFore, to have this beautiful 21-inch screen Westinghouse television set, see? So that you can watch your famous son on television there with Ozzie and Harriet in your home in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. You can be sure you know if it's Westinghouse. Well, there you have it, Don DeFore. This is your life, and I return it into your hands. Yours is an outstanding example of devotion to your profession, your church, your friends, your wonderful family. It's an example we all might do well to follow. It's been a real privilege and an honor to relive your life with you tonight. Thank you, Don. May God bless you. Thank you. Good night. Good night, Marion. Now, before saying good night, ladies and gentlemen, Hazel Bishop and we of This Is Your Life would like to thank the National Television Review Board for the honor they have conferred on us by citing This Is Your Life for the second consecutive time as the show of the month. Well, we'll do all in our power to live up to the confidence placed in us by the Review Board and by you, our viewers. And we certainly want to thank our sponsor, Hazel Bishop, and a fellow who I know wouldn't want me to mention his name, but Raymond Spector, a great guy who certainly helps us tremendously. See you next week with a wonderful show. Good night, everybody. Good night.
This Is Your Life is directed by Axel Gruenberg, produced by Alfred Pascal and Axel Gruenberg for Ralph Edwards. This Is Your Life is brought to you each week at this time by Hazel Bishop No Smear Lipstick, and whose jeweled case is the most welcome gift for Mother's Day, birthdays, June brides, and graduates. Remember,